Ever get the feeling reading the news like you're just skimming the surface?
Oh, absolutely. Especially with something as complex as, well, everything happening over in Israel and Gaza.
Yeah. Headlines, they just can't capture it all.
Not even close.
But that's why you're diving into Black Saturday by Trey Yingst for this deep dive, right?
Exact.
Because he was there.
Front row seat to history and not the kind you want.
October 7th, 2023. Talk about a day that shifted things.
Shifted. It ripped the floor out from under the whole region, honestly.
And Yingst drops you right into the thick of it. First page, bam! You're practically hearing the explosions.
See, that's what grabbed me about this book. Not just the facts, but how it felt to be there. Yingst, he doesn't hold back.
No, he doesn't. He describes this wave of attacks, and the thing is, nobody seemed prepared. Not on this scale.
Because, and this is crucial, this wasn't just some random outburst. The level of coordination, the planning, it pointed to something bigger, something a lot of analysts missed.
Which is terrifying to think about, honestly. But then Yingst, he starts weaving in these stories, these people.
And that's when it hits you in the gut.
Hard. Like there's this musician, right? Young guy, about to have his big break, concert coming up, and boom, gone.
Just like that.
Or, get this, a doctor, Yingst, talks about how he's operating, right, saving lives, but with whatever he can find because the hospital's a wreck.
Makes you realize these aren't just numbers in a news report. These are real people with families, with dreams.
Dreams turn to dust in an instant. It's heavy stuff, but important.
Vitally important. Because if we can't connect with that human cost, the whole thing just becomes, I don't know, abstract, meaningless.
Right. And so the attacks end, but obviously that's not the end of the story. Yingst, he takes you through those first chaotic days, Israel trying to make sense of what just hit them.
And trying to figure out how to respond, because let's be real, this wasn't just some border skirmish. The stakes were incredible high.
Yingst, he doesn't shy away from the tough stuff either. He talks about the humanitarian crisis unfolding in Gaza, the innocent people caught in the crossfire.
Food shortages, displacement, the constant fear of another attack. Imagine living with that every single day. Yingst lays it all out there, the impossible choices facing aid workers, the diplomatic tightrope walk.
It's tough to read, not gonna lie.
Yeah.
But then, there are these moments, these glimpses of humanity that shine through.
That's the thing about us humans, right? Even in the darkest times, you find that spark.
Yingst writes about neighbors, complete strangers pulling each other from rubble, doctors and nurses working around the clock, barely any supplies, but they don't give up.
It's like in the face of utter devastation, that instinct to help, to comfort, it doesn't die. And that gives me hope, honestly.
You do. Makes you wonder, what would I do in that situation? Could I be that selfless, that strong?
Tough questions, but one's worth asking. And
Yeah.
I think that's what Yingst does so well. He makes you think, makes you feel.
And you can feel him wrestling with it all, too. It bleeds through in his writing, the weight of what he's seeing.
He talks about the ethical dilemmas of being a war correspondent. How do you remain objective, report the truth, but also recognize the humanity in every single person, even those who've committed horrible acts?
Yeah, there's this one line that stuck with me. To witness history is a privilege and a burden. Powerful stuff.
And Yingst carries both, the privilege and the burden, with a remarkable amount of grace. It's what makes Black Saturday such a powerful read. He doesn't just inform you, he invites you to grapple with the complexities of this conflict alongside him.
So, to anyone listening, if you really want to get beyond the headlines, understand the human cost of this conflict, Black Saturday is a must-read. Yingst's first-hand account, it stays with you long after you finish the last page.
It's not easy, but it's essential. We owe it to ourselves, to the victims, to the future, to try to understand.
Because ignoring it, pretending it doesn't affect us, that's not an option.
Whoever has been.
Exactly.